Hey, everybody, it's Middays with Thunder, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan. Like the big voice lady said, free on the Odyssey app, iHeart app as well, YouTube as well. Join us on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. So Saturday, I hung out with our friends at Potawatomi. I popped into the sports book, played some poker, won some poker, and on my way home, ordered some Chinese food, picked up the Chinese food, went home, watched the rest of the Brewers game. What a Brewers game Saturday night. That was unbelievable. We'll get to that. We'll get to the Brewers weekend. But last night, Drew Wagner was on his way home from the Brewer game and had some work to do, was breaking some news for Forbes Sports. No big deal. Just the Mr. Breaking News over here, Drew Wagner. And Drew Wagner also ordered some Chinese food yesterday. Drew, care to share what happened yesterday?
I thought we were just having this discussion off air amongst longtime friends.
But I loved this because I loved what happened so much. I wanted to hear from you.
Mitch was regaling me with his story of his investment evening and his Chinese food. And then it suddenly hit me that last night when I got home from the ballpark, around 6, almost 7, I sat down on the couch and I'm like, ooh, I haven't eaten since, press box breakfast at 11 a.m. I'm pretty hungry, too lazy to go to the grocery store and cook. I'm like, oh, I'm going to order some fried rice, chicken on a stick, maybe some noodles.
These are like 3 of my favorite things in the world.
So I placed an order.
Pretty much like eating anything, Tommy, I'll tell you.
Place an order from my favorite neighborhood restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, got a half hour for it to be ready. Take a walk, make sure the cat's fed. And I get a phone call. And it was one of my sources with, hey, can you, meet up to go over this season ticket stuff? I think you're right. Yep. Shop at the house, whatever. Spent a good 45 minutes with the guy looking through his account, getting all the information, verifying what I've already found.
45 minutes.
Go back to the house.
Working hard.
Spend about an hour writing. Post the story. Go back and clean up because I moronically put the wrong date in there because I was looking at this year's calendar, not next. And
you sent it. You sent it to me. I know. I retweeted it. Sparky retweeted it. Everybody's retweeting all this breaking news that the Brewers are playing at Williamsport next year. Yeah,
had a couple drinks. Yeah, went to bed. Woke up this morning way earlier than I needed to.
You know why? Because your tummy was empty.
I was starving.
What'd you forget to do, Drew?
And I just realized during the commercial break when Mitch was telling me about his delicious Chinese food Saturday night.
You just realized at 1 o'clock.
I forgot to pick up my nearly $40 in food that I ordered yesterday at 7:30 Sunday night. Man.
Somebody come and give Drew a hug.
And
give Drew a hug.
I've got this burner Google voice number that I use. Like when you go to whatever gas station, whatever, they always make you enter a phone. I'm like, I don't want to give my real stuff out. So I use this number. I never check it.
Yep. Nope.
And
missed call.
Yeah, from so it's probably 5 missed calls, messages. Yep. Where are you? Yeah. So I'll have to.
Are you going to call them today and be like, "Hey, I forgot."
I'll stop in and be like, hey, they're very nice in there. Okay. So
yeah, that's.
You think they saved it for you?
I mean,
there's no way.
I hope they ate it or gave it to somebody. So
there's no way they saved it. The question is, will they remake it for you?
That's the best part. Is now I don't have to worry about dinner tonight. I just have to remember to pick it up.
Well, if it happens.
Right.
They might say, no, you missed it. That could happen.
That could happen.
All right. Has this ever happened to anybody else? I definitely have had many situations where I've ordered a coffee. We were at so Mrs. Thunder works from home, and we have a friend who ordered something to Stone Creek in Whitefish. They live in Shorewood. They thought they ordered it to Shorewood. They ordered it to Whitefish Bay. Meanwhile, they were going to the Shorewood, Stone Creek, and then driving downtown. So yes, it's not that far to go from Shorewood to Whitefish Bay, but they were going the wrong direction. They stopped in Shorewood. They realized they ordered their drink to the wrong place. And so they just got it at Shorewood. But he texted me and Mrs. Thunder and said, hey, there's a drink sitting at Stone Creek in Whitefish Bay. If you want to walk down Silver Spring and go get it, you go pick it up. And so Mrs. Thunder had a beautiful mocha latte that morning. And I've done that too, where I've ordered something at Dunkin' and literally a couple hours later, I'm like, oh wait, I had a coffee at Dunkin'. Totally forgot.
Huh.
That does happen.
It does happen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was doing some more capital J journalism.
Okay.
During that story.
What do you got?
So going back to what we were talking about, not the Chinese soup, but the story I was working on last night, in case you missed it this morning, it seems very likely that the Brewers are going to play in the MLB Little League Classic next year, August 23rd at Williamsport, Pennsylvania, part of the Little League World Series. Stories you can find me on Twitter by Andrew Wagner. The link to my story at Forbes.
Still need to know if it's like worth going.
I have no interest in it, but
but you don't you get to cover it?
I mean, I could, yeah. But
if you don't want to, I'll cover it for you.
Here's a way to segue into two other things that are pertinent to this radio station.
Sure.
One of the things I pointed out in there is that, the Brewers are never on Sunday Night Baseball. Like never. Correct. They've been on three times since 2016.
What happened to the rule that everybody had to be on once?
Well, that was only in football. This is the last year ESPN's going to have Sunday Night Baseball. The expectation is NBC is going to get the contract for a Friday night slot on Peacock and then take over the Sunday night exclusive window.
Peacock?
So they could have full year Sunday night sports.
Okay.
If this is accurate, and I'm 99.999% sure it is, an interesting little scheduling quirk here. So the Brewers would be one of the last teams to appear, if not the last team to appear on Sunday Night Baseball next year, because the NFL would be taking over. And before that, the Notre Dame game against the Badgers in Green Bay. So you could have Brewers on Sunday Night Baseball. And then the next week, because I think it's the week after, it's early September, I believe is the date, you would have Wisconsin and Notre Dame back-to-back weeks on Sunday night on NBC.
All right, hold on. Badgers, Notre Dame.
September 6th?
That's 2 weeks later.
Oh, 2 weeks later, September 6th.
All right, but still.
Yeah,
that's
still.
Cool.
So little, and you could hear Notre Dame football games
right here on the Fan. Williamsport is 11 hours and 19-minute drive.
Okay.
I mean, I can do that. I don't know if I want to.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, who's calling?
Well, they called 4 times in a row, which is why they're getting through. Oh, it's just a relative that's mad at me.
Okay. I was going to say it's either the Brewers, the Chinese food restaurant, or a relative to yell at you.
No, it's a lawyer. We're good. We'll deal with it.
All right. He's Drew Wagner. I'm Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder. This is Middays with Thunder. We're a little all over the place today. That happens on a Monday when the Packers don't play on Sunday. Yeah. When the Packers play on Sunday, it's all Packers all the time. But today it's like, what else did you see this weekend? What else was good this weekend?
We're just riffing. We're just riffing.
Well, I want to riff on Saturday night and on the Brewers. So I get home and Miz has not pitched well. And it's 6-1. And then the Brewers are chipping away at 6-2 and it's 6-4. But every run, right? Every run a sack fly. They were moving guys over with ground outs.
It was the most Brewers of Brewer victories.
It was, but it wasn't like they weren't clustering hits until the ninth inning. And then the ninth inning got really exciting, but even scoring in the ninth inning, I thought it was telling that it was Contreras who got the infield single. Like Contreras can't run.
Yeah.
Like Contreras cannot run.
That's when you knew like this is that Brewer devil magic happening. And like of all the most random Brewer things,
like Joey Ortiz is getting right. Joey Ortiz, Sal Frelick, and Bryce Trang are getting 1,000 infield hits. Caleb Durbin, Isaac Collins. They all lead the league in infield hits.
And it's funny
William
because
Contreras does not.
People have dogged William for not charging out things that, let's face it, when you're a catcher catching those innings and you're not going to charge out.
When you drill a one hopper right at the shortstop, you're out by a mile anyway. Yeah. You don't have to sprint on that one, bro.
No, you brought up Jacob Mizorowski, and like that's honestly my biggest concern right now. It is because, listen, what he did coming on was incredible, was otherworldly, and it was ludicrous to think that he would just put up 5 shutty, 1-hit innings every time he came up.
True.
But first 7 starts, a 2.70 ERA, which was even inflated because he had that very short 3-run start his last time out before he went on the IL. Mm-hmm. Since coming back now, 6 starts, he is a 6.41 ERA.
Not good.
4 homers, 11 walks, 34 strikeouts in 26 innings. That is a guy that he's not getting it done right now.
No, he's not. I do like that in the last 3 starts, at least 4 total walks. I think that's better. And actually in his last 4 starts, he's had 5 total walks. So besides he had back-to-back 3 walk starts before that. So 1-1, 2-1. I think that's a little better. I don't hate solo home runs.
No, I don't hate solo home runs,
right?
but
Solo
that's
home
the problem.
runs
When you've got guys on,
right,
and he's given up hits, which he's been doing. Like, okay, the time before this last one was only 3 hits, and 2 walks. Okay, you keep it down there, and you go through 7 innings. Great. There is the recipe. There is the blueprint. There is how you have to do it, Jacob Mizorowski. But he only walked 2 batters, 1 batter. His last time out, but he gave up 7 hits.
Right.
And when you're giving up home runs and you've got guys on base, that is a problem. Yeah. That's a problem. And that's where you get into trouble.
So where do you think Jacob Mizorowski fits on the postseason roster?
That's from everyone thinks that they're just going to move him into the bullpen, but it's not that easy to just move, especially a young guy.
Right. If he was,
they would have to start already.
If he was clean through the first time the order, every time he pitched.
Yep.
Like, hey, I'm Mizorowski. They're getting to me the second time and third time through the order, but that first time I'm clean. I would love Mizorowski in the bullpen. I would love that. But he's given up. I mean, he gave up a home run Saturday night to Herrera, the number 2 hitter. Like, you can't be a bullpen guy and give up a home run in the first inning.
I think you're going to see him starting games in a piggyback fashion in the playoffs, because if they were going to move him to the bullpen, they would have started that conversion process now. And then I hear people say, well, he pitched out of the bullpen last year. He should be used to it. That's one thing. But when you're a young pitcher and you're in that routine and rhythm of your recovery, your rehab, and then your prep, whatever, like when you do those minor league assignments where they shift you into the bullpen, 3 days in advance when you're going to pitch. Like, they have this scripted out and built out. That's why they will send guys down to the minors to make that adjustment. And they rarely, if ever, do it at the big league level. For young guys that are just so used to pitching on a schedule, routine, whatever, they don't know, and their body isn't used to be able to go every other day, every day. Like, look at how long it took for Aaron Ashby to be able to build up to that. Yeah. I think.
Am I wrong that I want him as a starter? Not right now.
No, I think
next year. I think he can be. I think he could be a really effective starter.
Ashby will get a chance. He will stretch out Ashby. They will stretch out Gasser. Yeah. No, all those guys. Everyone's going to come into the camp with the, hope that they can start. Yeah. They're going to stretch their length guys out, all of them in spring training, because we've seen you need the depth. I think it's going to come down to, they're going to keep Mizorowski on a schedule, start him, piggyback him, maybe with Gasser, maybe even with Quintana. With Quintana, that could be an option. Yeah.
Could Quintana go 5 and Miz go 4, and that would be game?
I mean, that would be incredible if they could pull that off.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to keep Miz as close to a routine and schedule as they can. 1, because that's what he's used to. And 2, listen, you're still in injury mitigation mode. Like, you are still, you've got to protect this package, right? Because regardless of what happens this year,
he's still at the most innings he's ever pitched.
Exactly. And you are going to want to make sure that he is in the best possible shape going into next year, so he can do this from the get-go.
414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law Fan talk and text line. 414-677-1250. Who do you trust in the Brewers starting rotation? We're talking Mizorowski and his struggles. Quintana wearing a boot yesterday. We should get some MRI results today, although we might not find out the results until tomorrow, because they don't talk to the media unless they want to release the information today. Let's see. I've got Freddie on the mound tomorrow against the Angels, then Woody on Wednesday. And of course, I never lose Quinn Priester on the mound Thursday. You look at the Angels, man, the Angels pitching's kind of, I mean, Jose Soriano and you say Kikuchi should be really good, and they're just like mid.
The Angels are an utter disaster. In fact, I'm covering the Angels this week for the Orange County Register. The great Jeff Fletcher needs some days off. And yep, he sent me an email.
6'5", 6'9" with the afro.
Yeah, sent me an email with some things to keep an eye on with the Angels.
Well, they just got swept in a 4-game series where they struck out 62 times. I think that comes out to 15 and a half strikeouts per game. So what I would just say to Freddie and Woody especially, just pound the zone.
Yep.
Like, Freddie, don't nibble. Pound the zone. These guys are going to swing and miss. These guys, fool them, but don't nibble. Just throw strikes.
Yep. And that is the biggest problem with Freddie. We talked about that this morning. I talk about it every day with Tommy. Brewers fans might have a chance to see history, though, in the next 3 days. Mike Trout comes to town sitting on 399 career homers.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
So you could see a milestone.
Didn't Bonds hit a home run here? That was a milestone homer?
I think so.
Yeah.
He hit a lot of home runs that were milestones.
But I thought he hit a milestone one.
And this is the one that stands out to me. Now we know how bad the Angels are.
Yeah.
So their next loss will clinch a losing season for the 10th straight year. And if you think about that, you have the Angels who are in the LA market, Southern California, huge fan base, huge market base, and they have 10 straight losing seasons. I think they have I don't know. Obviously, they don't have any playoff appearances, but I don't remember their last playoff appearances. Milwaukee, smallest market, lowest payroll.
660, by the way.
660.
He tied Willie Mays in Milwaukee, okay. And then he hit 661 to pass him the next day, of course.
We're about to watch a Brewers team that has clinched its 7 playoff berth in the last 8 years, about to clinch its 5th division title.
Like you're
on the precipice of
LA Angels in a big market.
It is mind-boggling. So people sit there and they complain about Mark Attanasio and this and that. Well, Artie Moreno has spent a ton of money.
Still Artie Moreno?
It's still Artie Moreno. He spent a ton of money and lowered the beer prices. And look how bad that organization. Trout and Shohei.
And they couldn't make the playoffs.
They spent a fortune on Anthony Rendon, who's played only a handful of more major league games than I have. Mm-hmm. It is spending money isn't everything. You have to have smart people that are spending it and developing. And the Angels have not done that. The Brewers have, and one team has become a perennial contender, and the other is an afterthought.
414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking Text line if you want to be part of the show. Who do you trust with the starters with our Milwaukee Brewers? Miz struggling, skipping Woody to keep him healthy. You talked about the injury watch on Mizrowski and making sure. I think that's still in Woodruff too.
Well, and that's part of why they extended him out a couple extra days to give him some extra rest. They had this built in from the get-go. They're being cautious with it. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's also thrown a lot of innings this year without having pitched at all last year. Like, you just look at his major league workload. But remember, he made 10 minor league rehab starts. He was, doing throwing
he kept
work.
Getting close, and then
he was doing throwing work all the way back to the first couple of days of spring training.
At least the setbacks were never injury related.
Right.
Like
that is the good thing. Right.
And
exactly.
Weird things happen.
They want to make sure that shoulder is strong. Not even from an injury standpoint, just from an exhaustion standpoint, because you don't pitch for an entire year. And now you're going right back into a relatively full workload. I don't remember when he started his rehab. I want to say it was like May or something like that. So he's basically pitched a full season's worth.
Yep. Let's see. Jose Quintana's day-to-day. McGill is due to come off. Well, he could come off, I think, in 2 days.
But he's not going to, because he had a little bit of a setback in his recovery. He is supposed to throw. I believe he threw a bullpen session over the weekend and will throw another live later this week.
Mears threw on Friday, and they showed it on TV, and he was like, twisting his back and wrenching everything and like really working it out. If he came back out of that healthy, I would assume he'll be back pretty soon.
Yeah, I would assume he should be pretty close to the activation date. McGill won't be that much past his return, like expected return date. Neither is very serious. Listen, a lot of it just had to do with the fact those guys needed rest. They were sore. They were beat up. They were working hard because they have pitched more than just about anybody. I'm not saying it was a phantom injury. Obviously there's something wrong. But being able to sit those guys down for 2 weeks, that's quite a luxury. That means you've been playing well and built yourself a cushion and have options behind your guys. Now they're running out of options. They can't afford many more injuries.
Logan Henderson and DL Hall, are not technically done for the year.
Nope.
We thought Logan going on the 60-day was.
We usually get a pretty thorough list of medical updates every Tuesday. So tomorrow we'll have some better ideas on what the dates are looking like. And again, Robert Gasser, a guy to keep an eye on. They've moved him into the bullpen now, got him some work out of there. And again, it's scheduled. But you could see him probably as soon as this weekend, early next week.
Is there a spot based on all these names we're mentioning? Is there a spot for either Tobias Myers or Chad Patrick on the postseason roster?
Probably not in the first round.
Okay.
In the short series.
Yep.
But I could see where they may get pressed into service at some point.
The rule is if a player goes on the injured list in a series, you can replace him, right?
Yes, you can replace a player. Yes,
if Mears or Hall were to come back, or whoever it is, but then they pitch a game and they something goes wrong, they can replace him with one of these arms.
Can
you fake that? Can you?
I mean, if you're willing to lose the guy for the rest of the playoffs.
I mean, is it the rest of the playoffs or the rest of that series?
I think the 10 or 15 still holds in place. I have to double check on that.
Okay.
That's a question for young Jack or stupid Kurt because they know all the nerd stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. And is it wrong that I just have a man crush on Quinn Priester?
How can you know? Well, it's because he was a Red Sox.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, because he just goes out and pitches.
He takes the ball every 5 games.
Kind of like we talk about when you played. We made a big deal out of this when the Brewers were winning 14 in a row. When you play the Brewers, you got to play baseball. Quinn Priester just goes out and plays baseball.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Going back to what we were just talking about.
Yeah. Sure.
I checked with Rabbi Google here.
Yep.
If a player is injured during a playoff series and need to be replaced, special rules apply. 1, petition the commissioner. Club can petition the commissioner's office to add a player to the roster. The replaced player is ineligible for the rest of that series and the next round if the team advances.
Okay.
There's also a limit on position replacement. So a pitcher can only be replaced by another pitcher and a position player only by another position player.
That's interesting.
Other things to keep in mind.
If Mona got hurt, they couldn't bring in a reliever.
Right.
They would have to bring in, not that Mona's getting hurt. And by the way, we should all have Mona's physique, right?
Absolutely.
When they tore his shirt off Saturday night, and I'm like, there's some goals.
Yeah.
Come on, Charlie, get into shape, bro.
I'm good. I don't like working out enough for that, man.
Brewer,
I think it's more just about dieting and walking. You like walking?
I do like walking. I don't like dieting.
You like eating?
I do like eating.
Good for you, man.
A couple of other things to keep in mind.
Yep.
Replacement players must have been in the organization as of as of August 31st.
Yes. Yep.
I can't remember, when did the Brewers get Luis Urias back? I think he was before that, right?
I believe so.
Yep. And the injured player must have served the minimum time on the injured list. Like if the Brewers, some of their injured list players, basically if they put a player on the injured list the last couple of days of the season, they have to serve out their full 10 or 15 days before they can be added back to a postseason roster. So there's limitations and rules, and then obviously it's to keep people from taking advantage of the system. So yeah, like going back to your original question, if someone gets hurt, you can replace that player, but you can't put that player back on for the next series. So like you can't do any chicanery like, oh, well, we used him, we want to add somebody fresh. Let's say they put Trevor McGill on because they used him the first 3 games. If you lose him for that series, you lose him for the next one.
Luis Urias was signed September 1st.
Yeah, so he would not be eligible to play on the Brewers playoff roster if they needed to like make a change at infield.
Yep. I was actually checking on Walker Buehler as well, who I think he's pitched 1 game, 5 innings. He did start.
Has he ever considered that maybe things would be better for him if his trousers were not spray painted on,
or if he had a first name instead of 2 last names? Yeah. Just
change your name to Ferris and get it over with.
We're gonna ask Drew when we come back, who is the Brewers MVP this year? Is it just a simple question between 2 players, or are there more people in this conversation? My name is Mitch Nelles, aka Thunder. Drew Wagner's here. The Gentle Giant, Charlie Usen's here. We are Middays with Thunder here on 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, free on the Odyssey and iHeart apps, and on YouTube. Remember, you can chat us up on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. And she screams, and her voice is singing, and she says, baby, it's 3 a.m. I must be lonely.
Drew was careful to not start singing this time.
He
made sure.
No, but it feels me no sometimes. This is Middays with Thunder, taking you up till 2 o'clock. Wisconsin Sports Daily. After watching the rest of the NFL this weekend, are the Packers the best team in the league after week 2? Sparky will answer that question with authority on Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's this afternoon, starting at 2 on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
You got to move your camera over a little bit.
I don't have to do anything.
Well, I mean, you don't have to.
People
want to see how beautiful you look.
There you go. Does Sparky do anything not with authority?
No, he does everything with authority.
Yes, he does.
The most enthusiasm possible, whether it's good or bad enthusiasm.
Absolutely. So he will tell you if the Packers are the best team in the league. I can't wait. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna tune in on my way home, and I'm gonna listen to Steve Sparky Pfeiffer on my radio. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this question. When you listen to us on the radio, Charlie, are you listening on 1250 or 105.7?
I listen to 1250.
Okay.
I do too, because for whatever reason, my radio in my truck, and it only does it with 105.7. It'll play for like a minute and a half and then automatically like just jumps to another station. It doesn't do it with any of my presets and doesn't do it on the AM side.
It's the gremlins in the system.
I think it's the signal.
Yep.
It's the aliens.
It's the whatever it's called, the repeater signal.
I listen to AM radio and I read a print newspaper, and that's the way I like it.
I listen to AM radio. I do not read it. I would read a print newspaper if it was free, or if I had a place where I could read it, but I'm not.
What do you mean you don't have a place to read one?
I mean, not for free. Like if we got
the library. They have free newspapers there.
I'm thinking that
I go to the library all the time.
I'm thinking of the Seinfeld episode where Kramer goes to the library.
I also go to the library all the time. No, like workplaces used to get the newspaper. Like, when I worked at radio stations for years and 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 years, we always got the paper. They don't get the paper anymore. Like, I don't know.
It's not cool anymore.
Anytime one of my friends' little brats comes up and asks me to buy cookies or whatever crap they're peddling,
you say,
my question is
will
always,
you subscribe to Forbes?
Do your parents pay for the newspaper?
What?
Ask them, and if they don't subscribe to the paper or pay for like the places where my work is, then I don't buy anything from their kids.
Nice.
I never have to spend money on their kids.
Want to let everybody know that tomorrow, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer will be at the Brat House in Shorewood, which is just like a hop, skip, and throw away from Casa de Thunder. So if anybody gets out there, I will be there as well. I don't think I'm going to be on the air unless Sparky puts me on the air, but I might have a wing.
There you go.
I might have a steak sandwich.
There you go.
I've been to the Brat House before on Oakland and Capitol. It's
Love
wonderful.
it.
Yeah.
Love it. Scotty Schaefer, his joint, good friend of mine, good friend of the show, good friend of my liver.
Absolutely.
I feel like you're a good friend of every bar we've been to since we started.
And then every bar is a good friend of your liver.
I gave Sparky a list of places to hit up. Drew Wagner approved establishments.
Nice. I love that. So we've been talking about the Brewers starting pitching staff, and Quintana is in a boot. We're going to find out probably today or tomorrow what that means. Miz has been struggling. Woody gets skipped, but is pretty healthy. Priester never loses, and Freddie needs to go a little deeper into games. He might tomorrow night because the Angels are that bad. And so I kind of wanted to know, who is your Brewers MVP? 414-677-1250. There are 12 games left. The Brewers are 91-59. If they go 6-6 the rest of the way, they will win a franchise record 97 games. If they go 6-6 the rest of the way, Philly has to go 9-3 to overtake them. If they go 6-6 the rest of the way, the Cubs have to go 12-1 to overtake them. But meanwhile, as they're sitting at 91-59 on their way to 97-65 or better, I want to know, who is your Milwaukee Brewers MVP? 414-677-1250 is the phone number. 414-677-1250. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking Text Line. We're live on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. You can send us messages on the YouTube channel, just like Brandon did. Do you have an I closed Wolski's bumper sticker? Have you ever?
I actually got my first one.
Okay.
I got my first one a couple weeks ago. When
were you at Wolski's?
I was. My good friends, the Vandaliers, played in the Dells.
Okay.
And then they're huge baseball fans.
Okay.
So they had a couple days off in the tour, decided to spend in Milwaukee, check off another stadium.
Yep.
Showed them the yard, took them around, and then we bumped around the east side, Brady, and dive bar fans like myself. I'm like, all right, we got to go to the quintessential Milwaukee joint. They walked in, saw the Texas flag up top, heard the music. Like, this, we love this place.
Yep.
Told them like the story, the history, and then bartender gave me a bunch of bumper stickers to hand. That was honestly at 47, and I've closed Wolski's plenty of times.
Yeah.
That was the first time I got the bumper sticker.
Really? Yeah. I've been there. I wouldn't say I've closed it a lot. I've closed it a few times over the years. I also have never gotten a bumper sticker.
Oh, now I know I've hit it big. Now all the little aggregators and bloggers are stealing my information. Here's the other thing. If you think you're running a sports blog and you're stealing work from actual legitimate reporters without crediting it, that kid is called plagiarism and theft, not journalism.
Nope, that is definitely not journalism. Not cool, bloggers. Not cool. Who is the Milwaukee Brewers MVP this season with 12 games to go? And I think that because of the power of friendship, there's so many names you could name here. But I think if you really break it down, there are two players on my list. And I think they are Bryce Terang and Christian Yelich.
I would go with that. Honestly, I think you have to put Quinn Priester in that conversation.
Okay.
He was brought in at a time where they needed stability.
I'm not anti-pitchers.
He has been the most consistent. I mean, I don't think he's missed a start this year. I was actually going to look that up for my off-day stories.
Unless they use an opener.
But he's pretty much been handed the ball every 5 days, taking it, delivered. I mean, I think there's an argument to be made that the Brewers aren't where they are this year without Quinn Priester. Their offense has shown that it can get by without Christian Yelich, that it can get by at times without Terang or Fraley. But I don't think the Brewers are at this point without Quinn Priester coming in and stabilizing that rotation at a time where they desperately needed it, and then keeping it up for basically his first full season.
Freddie has pitched in 30 games this year, and he'll probably get 2 more starts, maybe a third.
Yeah.
Quinn has pitched 27 games, 22 starts. So 5 times he's been used. They used an opener. Remember Alexander?
Jason Alexander?
No.
Tyler Alexander.
That guy stunk.
Yeah, he was. But it's funny, before they signed Quintana, he would have been their key offseason acquisition.
Right. He was it. 1 year, $1 million, right? Is he on the Cubs now?
I thought he was at the White Sox.
Oh, White Sox. That's right. So Freddie's pitched in 30 games. Quinn has pitched in 27. When you look at the guys who've started games for this team, and Quintana's at 24. So Freddie 30, Priester 27, Quintana 24, Chad Patrick is next. I mean, people forget how good he was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And for the first couple months.
Yeah, he was very good. Him and Priester, Chad Patrick came on and anchored things while they were really bad. Then they went out and got Priester, and Priester was a little shaky out of the gate.
Yep.
But he did his job. And then as Patrick kind of slipped a little bit, Priester really got into a groove and has just taken off from there.
Do you think there's anything to... I just feel like when I watch Chad Patrick pitch now, and when he's made spot starts over the past month or so, like, his confidence looks different.
Yeah.
Like, he does not look like when he was pitching at the beginning of the year, he just looked like he went out there, he took the ball, he threw strikes, he was going after guys, he looked confident. He just does not look like the same pitcher right now. And
he looks, listen, he just looks like a pro.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that eye of the tiger that he had at the beginning of the year, I feel like.
Oh, we're talking about Quintana. So
no, I'm talking about Patrick.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
I feel like
yeah.
He like, I don't know if it's the
sorry, I thought we were talking about Priester.
We were. But Chad Patrick, I don't know if it's the going up and down. I don't know if something happened in the minors. I don't know if a conversation had with Murph, but I feel like so much of what Murph has done, he touches and it's magic. I feel like that has not
I think you're also seeing a guy that's gone way past what one was expected of him, two, what he's ever done before. I mean, one of my plans for tonight, my off day story is on the Brewers rotation, which will be up tomorrow. And I was needed to go through and dig what these guys' previous inning counts were.
Yeah.
Priester is at a personal record. He's never thrown more than the innings that he has.
Sure.
I know for a fact Patrick is got to be well beyond when you incorporate all the minor league innings in there. So I think you're seeing some of these guys, Patrick, one of them, maybe starting to hit a little bit of a wall, which is why I think they're being kind of cautious with how they use him and when they use him. Trying to get part of the reason he got sent down is, like I said, you can structure things a little bit differently in the minor league when the games don't matter as much.
Mm-hmm.
You can build their outings a little bit differently to build in some rest. I think Patrick will be fine. I don't think he's lost anything. I don't think it's a lack of competitiveness or, like I said, I have a Tiger. I think honestly, the guy is just getting used to working this much because it's the development of a young pitcher.
And do you think the up and down affects it also a little bit?
Yeah, I think there's something to do with that.
Okay. All right. So back to the MVP conversation. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. Who is your what? How does the camera go there? It's like went straight up. I don't know. And now it's super. All right, I know how to do that. 414-677-1250. The Nikolai Law Fan Talking Text line. Who is your Milwaukee Brewers MVP? Brandon says the fans, which is not an answer. I like it, but it's not an answer. It's kind of like,
why are the fans the MVP?
I don't know, because the fans are awesome. It's kind of like the question to me. Tommy and I talked about this last week. I said on Friday, I said, who's the player of the game for the Packers? And Tommy was like, can you say LaFleur or Goody or Halfley? And I said, no, I didn't say who's the most influential. I didn't ask for the MII. And that's my new thing. I think I wrote it down somewhere. The most influential individual. Like, I'm not asking for the most influential individual for the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm asking for the MVP, the most valuable player. So it can't be Matt Arnold or Pat Murphy or Ricky Weeks or Drew Wagner, as much as we love Drew Wagner. It's got to be an actual player on the team. Your MVP.
I'm sticking with Priester.
What about you, Charlie? Priester? Charlie, who you got?
I think kind of just based off of what we see in the past couple of months and what it has changed for this offense since the All-Star break, it's Bryce Terang. I mean, you can put him at any spot in the lineup at this point for this Milwaukee Brewers team, and you feel like you're going to get that type of production out of him. And I want to go to the pitching staff, but I feel like it's just more of the pitching staff as a whole has been so phenomenal this season in filling in for roles and going into different spots and different types of situations, and all of them just kind of figuring it out. So, yes, I would love to give some love to a Quinn Priester, but I don't think you can give love to Quinn Priester without giving love to the other rookies that have gotten starts, the guys that have come back and stepped up in big moments here. I think it really does have to go to the offense where you have more holes and the guys that have stepped up in place of those holes. So, yeah, I think it's Bryce Terang at this point. I would give some love to Isaac Collins as well. Maybe not as the team MVP, but again, just the way that he's stepping up. When Jackson Chourio goes down, it's him who's there and is playing phenomenally.
I mean, you talk about Isaac Collins, and I throw Caleb Durbin in that same mix, and it's like, I think if you don't follow the Brewers carefully, you probably think this is one person. Oh, it's that short, stout guy who plays on the left side of the field, who hits a couple home runs and has some stolen bases and is pretty good. I mean, Durbin has 11 home runs and 15 steals. Collins has 9 home runs and 16 steals. Collins is hitting 270. Durbin's hitting 262. Like, they are, they have pretty similar numbers. And it's just like the fact that both of them are there. Like, to me, I think of Quinn Priester, he's the unsung hero of the team.
Yep.
But then Durbin and Collins exist. And it's like, they're both also unsung heroes.
The hardest thing to pick this year is going to be the most valuable. Like the BBWA local chapter picks out their awards, and I don't get to vote in that because I'm not one of the cool kids. But the awards are MVP, most valuable player, most valuable pitcher, newcomer of the year, good guy award. And I think there's an unsung hero in there. And like, how do you pick an MVP and how do you pick unsung hero when there are 18 different choices and they're all the same for both positions? Like, it's ridiculous how, I don't want to say evenly matched, but I guess that's the best way to put it, is how every one of these guys is equally valuable to this team.
Fit.
Yeah, they all fit.
Yep.
Like, it is a puzzle where you need every single piece. It's like when you build the bridge to test the strength in science class. Like, you need every single piece in the right place, doing its little part of the job to keep the bridge standing.
Christian Yelich, 96 RBI. He'll get to 100. Bryce Terang has scored 91 runs this year. So he needs 9 more in 12 games.
I don't think we're making enough of a commotion about what Christian Yelich has done this year. A 3,100 season, coming off back surgery.
Yep.
How many times have
played
we heard
138
games,
28 homers, 96 RBI, 16 stolen bases, 802 OPS.
Yep. One thing that I've long suspected.
He has a 3.1 WAR as a DH. That's a great number for a DH.
I have long suspected that 2020 really screwed him and a lot of guys up. I think because remember, never mind all the goofiness that led up to it and the uncertainty and sitting and starting and ramping up and cooling, all that stuff. Guys did not have access to all the same tools and whatever that they had to work on their swings, work on their games. You weren't able to go consult with video. You weren't able to sit and work with your coaches closely. You didn't get as much cage time. Like, you get into these habits, and baseball is a game of habit muscle movement. You get into these habits, your swing changes. You can't make adjustments on the fly. You can't make adjustments in game because you're not getting the data back to you. Right. And eventually you just fall into that rut. And you do whatever you want to do, but you still can't get out of it. And he wasn't alone.
Well, in your point, like with him coming off of injury and needing all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. You remember the big thing in 2018, 2019, Belly and Yelly. Like, who were the guys that kind of stunk the most 2020, 21 was Belly and Yelly. Like, there were a lot of guys. And I think that they just got really messed up over all that stuff during the pandemic year. It changed so much of the routine and so much of their ability to work on and refine their game.
He's Drew Wagner. I'm Mitch Nelles, a.k.a. Thunder. It's Middays with Thunder here on 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan. Remember, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer is going to be talking Packers this afternoon. Tomorrow, he'll be at the Broad House in Shorewood on Oakland, just off of Capitol. It's going to be a blast tomorrow. Cannot wait for that. We'll come back and wrap things up here. There is Monday Night Football, 2 Monday Night Football games, and some relevant baseball games tonight as well that we will just tell you what to keep an eye on tonight as it's relevant for our Green Bay Packers and or our Milwaukee Brewers. This is Middays with Thunder on The Fan. This is Middays with Thunder, wrapping things up here on 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, and on the free Odyssey app, AUDACY, AUDACY. Some quick breaking news in the NFL. J.J. McCarthy, unlikely to play this Sunday against the Bengals. Carson Wentz is the backup in Minnesota. He would be to start an ankle situation for J.J. McCarthy, I assume, towards the end of the game last night, because I was watching with like 4 minutes left and he was still in. So I don't know what happened or when or how or why. Don't really care. He stinks no matter what. I actually think Carson Wentz probably gives them a better chance to win. So I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I'm not. Really,
I think that's bad for you as a Bengals fan.
I agree with you. I'm sitting here thinking this is rather unfortunate.
It's like a veteran quarterback who knows how to play, isn't great, but knows how to play football, as opposed to a second-year guy who has no idea how to play football, except for one quarter against the worst defense in the NFL.
Just another series of unfortunate events for the mighty Bengals of Cincinnati.
We got a couple games tonight, Monday Night Football, Drew. I want to hit these real quick. Tampa is at Houston. The Buccaneers at the Texans. Texans are favored by 2.5. I like the Texans here. I think the Texans get a win at home.
I'm going with the Buccos.
Yeah, you are. You and Baker Mayfield go way back.
Yeah.
And the Chargers are at the Raiders. The winner of this game goes to 2-0.
I'm going Chargers.
I am going Raiders plus the 3.5. I'll take the 3.5. I just think like Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, they're having fun. They're just having fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of Charger fans in Vegas.
I can see that.
I think the Chargers
that actually is a great point.
It'll be a good game for the Chargers.
Yep. The Cubs play the Pirates tonight at 5:40. Cubs at Pirates. So we'll keep our eye on that game as Jamison Tyon takes on Braxton Ashcraft. Is that an Ashcraft in your pocket, or are you happy to see me? I don't know what that means. But Cubs are at the Pirates tonight. And also tonight, Reds Cardinals, we don't really care too much about that. Phillies at Dodgers as the Phillies.
Yeah, that's a big series.
Yeah,
that's a big series because those two are duking it out.
Yep.
For the bye. The Dodgers have two things they're trying to play
Phillies
for here.
5.5 up on them.
Oh, is that far now? Okay, yeah.
Let's see, 5. Yeah,
no,
4.5. 4.5 up.
Dodgers are still.
Dodgers need to make a run here.
Dodgers need to make a run because they want to get out of that. They want to get out of that 3 spot in the wild card round. They want to hold off San Diego for the division. Like the Dodgers are going to come out here trying to make some noise. They won't be able to take that 2 spot, but they'll be able to put a big dent in it and make it interesting.
Ranger Suarez on the mound for Philly. Of course, he's very good. 12-6 with a 2.77 ERA. Guy I've never heard before. Emmett Sheehan. He is 3-1 with a 2.32 ERA.
This is the guy that dropped off my Amazon order the other day.
I think it's Ed Sheeran is what they meant to say, not Emmett Sheeran. I've heard of Ed Sheeran. He's a singer.
Oh,
he's like hip and cool and pop music.
Yeah.
I know you're a big Mix and Kiss fan. So
yeah.
Drew, thanks for coming in today, bud.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Always a pleasure.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
I still feel like I don't know who the Vandaliers are though.
I will take you to a show sometime.
All right. Or at least share some music with me. Yeah. And so I can listen.
They're good friends.
I got yours. All right.
Good friends, big sports fans. They were tuned in today.
I will be back tomorrow. I think Stephanie Sutton's jumping on the show. And I don't know. I should probably find the name. We're going to go inside Eye on the Enemy. Locked on Angels. One of the Locked on Angels podcasters is going to jump on the show tomorrow as well. So we're going to have a blast. Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, Wisconsin Sports Daily, is next here on The Fan. He's going to tell you who the best team in the NFL is and whether it is the Packers or not. No Brewers game tonight. A couple Monday Night Football games. Everybody have a good night. Everybody, it's beautiful outside. Go outside. Go for a walk. Somebody go for a walk. It is absolutely beautiful. Drew, go for a walk and then take a nap. And then pick up your Chinese food. Don't forget. Yeah. He's Drew Wagner. I'm Mitch Nelles. The gentle giant Charlie Usen's been here as well. This has been Middays with Thunder on 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, free on the Odyssey and iHeart apps. And of course, we're always there for you on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. Wisconsin Sports Daily served up by Wendy's. Next.